था June 24 to question 9. A shop sells two varieties of apple trees. The cumulative frequency diagram shows heights in meter of 80 variety A trees. What is the data in this question? The height of the trees, right? And they have been categorized as variety A trees, and we have been provided with a cumulative frequency curve. In part 1, the question wants us to find the, kindly write down the address of the question. It is June 2024, paper 2 to question 9. So it wants us to find the median. Median will be at what position? Middle. How many total trees do we have? 80. What will be the middle of 80? 40. Remember, but 40 is not my median. My median will be what? Very good. The data that I will read on the 40th position, that will be my median. And that is 13 point. Sorry, thank you. This is 1.31, 1.32, and 1.33. So part 1A, the answer is 1 point. Do write it down. Just write the address. I'll be posting the entire question. So median is 1.33 meters. Don't worry, I'll compare it. Don't worry. The 30th percentile, I'll repeat, median is also called the 50th percentile. Median is also called, the lower quartile is also called 25th percentile. The upper quartile is also called, 75th percentile, and we have to find 30th percentile. So what position will I be reading on for the 30th percentile? I'll be finding the 30% of how many readings did I have? 80. Tell me, what do you get? Your calculators are allowed. This is a paper 2 question. Remember, 24 is not my 30th percentile. I figured out the position where I'll read the 24th value. So 24th position, I will find my 30th percentile. What will be the 24th position? Very good. 2 boxes above 20. This should give me 24. Remember, 24 is not my 30th percentile. What will be my 30th percentile? 1.28. So my 30th percentile is, do write it down. Is this clear? Okay. Then in the next part, the question is telling us that trees with a height greater than y. I do not know the height, a particular height y. Trees that have a greater height than y are graded as class 1. 2/5 of the 80 trees are graded as class 1. So how many trees are graded as class 1? 2/5 of 80. So I'll find 2/5 of 80. Do write it down. 2/5 of 80 is what? 20? 20 trees are graded as class 1. The question is not asked 32 or 20. So bataoge, I'll write the value. People are responsible for the values. Thank you. 32. Even with the calculators, if you're quoting a wrong value, it's high time to become focused, bache. Dekho, find the value of y. 32 are the trees that are greater than a particular height y, and they are classified as class 1. Where will I find these 32 trees? At the top end or at the bottom end? Where will I find these 32 trees? Top end or the bottom end? Top end. Why? Because they are greater than a particular height y. Is this clear? So where will I find these 32 trees? Top end or bottom end? Top. So I have to read this 32 not from the bottom, but from the top. From the top, if I read 32, what reading will I get? 80 minus 32 karo? 40. Remember this 48 pe jo I will read. This will tell me the height which is y. What is this height? 1.36. So if I tell you the value of y is 1.36, is that right? There are 32 trees that are greater than 1.36 meters. Aren't there? There are 32 trees which are greater than. So the value of y is 1 point. You have to decide. The question does not always tell you the bottom end, the top end. Sometimes it tells you the middle, sometimes it tells you the top end, and sometimes it tells you the bottom end. Is this clear? Clear hai? Okay, complete the frequency table for the heights of variety A trees. Now the question has given us a cumulative frequency curve, and they want us to complete this group data. How will we do that? From height 1.1 to 1.2, how many trees had a height between 1.1 and 1.2? 6. Then the question is asking how many trees had a height between 1.2 and 1.3. वो भी question ने दे दिया 24. How many trees have a height between 1.3 and 1.4? Let's see this. Height between 1.3 and 1.4. So height between 1.3 . Understand how are we forming the groups. The cumulative frequency at 1.3 is 30, and at 1.4 it is 58. So how many trees are in this group? This group of 1.3 till 1.4. How many trees are in this group? You will take 58 and you will subtract 30 from 58. So you will get the frequency of this group. What is the frequency of this group then? 28. Similarly, then the next group 1.4 till 1.5. I already know the cumulative frequency at 1.4. I need to find it at 1.5. It is 76. 76 minus 58. You will get the frequency of this particular group, which is 76 minus 58 karo. You will get the frequency of this particular group, that how many trees lie in the group between 1.4 and 1.5. How many? 18. And what about the last group? That is very easy. From 1.5 till 1.6. How many trees lie in between this? 4. 76 to 80 tak, that's it. So 4 trees lie in this group. Is this clear? Okay, class. The question told us that the frequency table, the part B saying frequency table shows the heights of 50 variety B trees. And what kind of data do we call this? This is a group data. They have provided us with groups. Between 1.5 and 1.7 meters, how many trees were there? Between 1.5 and 1.7 meters, how many trees? How many trees are there? P. Between 1.7 and 1.8 meters, how many trees are there? 15. Between 1.8 and 1.9. Between 1.9 and 2.3. Understand this first. What is the table telling us? First, we need to understand this. If I add the total number of trees, what should I get? 50. So I'll say if I just add P plus 15 plus 17 plus Q, all of this should have summed up to be just adding the number of trees, because I know the total trees were 50. Simplify this expression for me, this equation for me, sorry. Likkar, first write it down, then use your calculators. P plus Q is equals to? Okay, this is the response of one of your class fellows. Do not trust the values, find out values on your own, and then tell me the equation that you end up with. This is one equation. How many unknowns do you have? Math says you cannot solve two unknowns with one equation. You will be needing another equation. Is that right? Is that right? Okay. If I wanted to, what other quantity has the question provided me with? Estimated mean. How do I estimate a mean? Mean is sum of all data divided by number of readings, a number of data. That's fine. Now I already know the mean. What is the mean? Whenever you see anything, understand it has a left side and a right side. So the left side is already provided in the question. What is the mean? 1.81. Now, if you wanted to find the mean, how would you have done it? You will estimate that all these trees actually have a height of the mid value. You will say all of these trees have a height of 1.6. You are estimating it for the sake of finding mean because you do not know their heights individually. What about these 15 trees? 1.75. What about these 17 trees? 1. Obviously, you could have just added both of them and divided by 2. You would have got the same thing. And what about these Q trees? 2.1. Now you were supposed to add all their heights and divide it by what? Add all their heights and divide by what? 50. We know that the readings are 50. We know that the denominator is. Now, how will I add the height? Please observe, do not be in a hurry. 1.6 plus 1.6. How many times will I have to add 1.6? How many times? P times. So instead of adding it again and again, what should I do? I'll just multiply it by P. Then how many times will I have to add 1.75? So what should I do rather than adding it again and again and again? I will multiply it by 50. Then 1.85 multiplied by, and then 2.1 multiplied by Q. Can you simplify this equation for me? I'll tell you how to use your calculators smartly. First thing that you will do is 50 goes on that side and it will multiply by 1.81. So I'll do 1.81 times 50, which is 90.5 is equals to 1.6p plus 1.75 into 15, which is 26.25. Then 1.85 times 17. Sorry, 1.85 times 17. 31.45. Again, I will tell you people to do it on your own because I'm not too focused on the values. So if I simplify this, what do I get? 31.45 plus 26.25, 57.7. $32.8. So now do we have two equations? And how many unknowns do we have? 2. If we have 2 unknowns and 2 equations, we can easily solve that system and get our solution. How will we solve this one? So if I make P the subject of the formula, that will become 18 minus Q. I can plug that in over here. 32.8 is equals to 1.6 bracket 18 minus Q plus 2.1 Q. 32.8 is equals to, so I'll do 1.6 times 18, 28.8 minus 1.6 Q plus 2.1. I made P the subject of the formula from this one, and in place of this P, I substituted it. Is this clear? Simplify this, what do you end up getting? 32.8 minus 28.8, and this will be 0.5 Q. Four is equals to 0.5 Q. The value of Q is 8. P is 18 minus 8. So P will be 10.